Storytelling time. The story is called Respect. Sounds familiar. I am a 10-year-old boy growing up in a red light district. A red light district is in Europe, usually an area around the train station, and there is a lot of criminal stuff going on there, so prostitution and drug dealing, and this is where this boy is living, and he's going to afternoon care close by. And my friends and I have the habit of using bad words. We are now in a training practicing honest self-expression. My supervisor wants to invite me into her world. She wants to let me know how it is for her hearing these words from me and my buddies. She is standing on the card which says observation. In my trainer role, I ask her, well, what did the boy say? And she answers, oh, real bad words. I cannot even say them out loud. So it seems like they just can't get over her lips. Being in my role of the boy, I'm searching for something that I could offer her, like something really bad. And I say, how about wanker? And she replies, no, much more. So I say, asshole, even louder. And we agree on this word being sufficient enough for our practice purpose. But the real ones are much worse. So I slide into the role of the boy and yell, asshole, towards the hallway. The door in between us is opened, and I sit in a position able to look outside in the hallway. I say it really loud so my buddy outside can hear me. He's out there somewhere, and I hope he can hear me because I'm sitting here quite alone, like in court, and I feel a little insecure, although I would never admit that. I need some extra strength and a little backup. I just want to make sure he's there and reassure we belong together. And this is why I'm using one of our code words. And in my imagination, he answers. The supervisor goes to the next card. It says feeling. She searches inside of herself. That is making me somehow nervous. Boys like me are never afraid, you know. Fear is weakness and boys are strong. I already understand that. So I shout louder again and again, asshole! And every time I'm getting more powerful and stronger and safer. And finally, she comes up with something, my supervisor. And she says, that is disgusting. I feel disgust. That surprised me fully. I expected her to scold me out or hand me a moral sermon, but instead she's disgusted. I'm baffled. How is that possible? Why do our words cause disgust in her? That is so strange to me. I mean, I believe her. She really looks disgusted. But it doesn't match at all with what it means to me. I'm surprised and really curious. I really want to know why, so I ask her. She steps onto the next card. The next card is a need. And for me, it's getting even weirder. I feel a strong urge to use one of our code words, but I suppress it because I do not want to disgust her even further. I like my supervisor. I like her a lot. You know, she's one of the good ones. That is why I absolutely do not want to do anything that disgusts her. Her being disgusted is so far from my intention. And it is taking her forever on that card. Really, I really want to know why, and I'm sincerely curious about what she has to say. I skip from my child role into the trainer role. And I give her feedback over what is happening with the boy. And I help her in finding her needs. And I say something like, is it maybe about respect? And she says, yeah, probably. And I say, well, please offer me that. And I'm going back into the child's role. And she says, it's about respect, you know. And she says, it's so powerful. It really looks like it came from herself. And now I understand what she's talking about. I recognize respect. Hey, that is the first rule in soccer. Respect, I know that one. It's so familiar to me. And it is our highest rule among my buddies, respect. I understand that. And hey, respect is a matter of honor. Mm-hmm. I'm totally committed now. So I tell her that it was never in my intention to be disrespectful to her and that I really want to do an effort towards that goal. And yet I can't promise that I will always succeed, but I'm very willing to try so. And using our code words is more of a habit to me. I was so accustomed to it. It was so normal and also it felt so good. It's our language. When we use these words, we make clear that we belong together. And knowing that makes me strong. Unfortunately, I couldn't tell her my insides anymore because the role play was over at this point. Lunch break. And afterwards, we continued with other exercises. So, what is the essence? If you want to be heard, speak out about yourself. Show yourself. Let yourself be seen. Instead of hiding behind rules or statements like, we don't do that here. It took the participant a lot of effort and courage to express her feelings and needs. And she was rewarded by curiosity, openness, and the willingness to be understood, instead of deaf ears and letting the words just pass on. In addition, it was very helpful for me, being the child, that she used a word for her need that I could understand, because it occurs in my boy's world. And that word also is of huge value to me. For example, consideration wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have had the same effect because that need belongs to girls. Girls are mastering consideration and are really good at it. But respect, hey, that's my job. A little add-on from Gundi. My insight on a meta level. If I want to be understood by my counterpart, it is helpful to dig into his world and offer him a picture of my inner life that's comprehensible and familiar to him and that has the same meaning for him. This is so much more effective than expecting others to immerse themselves in my world, especially when my counterpart is a child having lesser experience in life. 1 minute of silence to let the words settle.